Hey guys, it's Steven. Got a Bytes chart update here. Went ahead and created this week's weekly pivot chart using the highs, the low, and the close. And as you can see, we've got a central pivot right at the price we're at here. So about $8, 70 cents. We have the first resistance for this week at $11 and we have support at 570. So overall, we left off on the 14th and I did purchase on this support here. And as you can see, we did move lower. So if you were lucky enough to catch this dip, you could definitely use these pivots, especially these buy pivots, to your advantage to calculate your upside. So you have this $8 buy support for the week. And if we came all the way down to almost 640-ish here, so about a 20% upside. So, as the price moves lower, you really can start to calculate your risk reward here. And obviously, whoever made that trade, if you are able to purchase at these lower prices, you're doing really well, up over 25% now. So, really cool to see that this central pivot is still working as the price is moving towards that. We'd like to see that like at the beginning of last week, we had a nice move towards it. And here we are again. So now the question is, are we going to see some volume here? Are we going to break out? Are we going to move lower? So, why did we have such a move lower here? Well, a few things. You're looking at the liquidity chart here. Um, when we had this lower spike, it was all the way down to on the price of ETH 0.0021. So as you can see, when you get this sell pressure, just a few ETH here, and yeah, you can just have these kind of spikes lower, and there's just not enough. There's just not enough Ethereum ready to support those sell orders. So we definitely saw that with this lower move here, and then somebody just came up and scooped it. So um, still, I think there's still opportunity here. So I'm not going to be buying or trading anything soon, but if we do come back and test these lower numbers on the ratio, I do have some money. Maybe I'll buy another 100 bytes or something like that. But otherwise, I'm just going to just kind of see where this goes because I feel like there's just so much opportunity out there. There could be news or something that the bytes are definitely going to be getting put to use in the future. So um, that's what I'm betting on. And if you look at uh, the holders, so we moved up almost 60 new holders here over the past 4 days. That's definitely a good sign. And there's definitely a lot of game theory to the Bytes token, obviously because they're being distributed every day. So you have this group of people who are accumulating within the community, obviously because we're looking at the holders and it's not changing much, right? So you have these long-term holders who are accumulating the token, and you have these sellers who are giving the tokens at a very cheap price. So you're going from the impatient to the patient who are going to basically be diamond hands. They don't need the money. So these people who are accumulating, are it's the right people to be holding the token. So um, overall, I think everything's setting up very well long term for these prices. And hopefully there's going to be some burning mechanisms coming in here soon. So with all the proposals from Becker and all these different things. So a lot of opportunity there. I guess I'm just going to reference my Twitter real quick. So a couple days ago, um, referencing that we found support for the first time on the dollar chart. Actually, this is the ETH chart here. So that was referencing this bounce we had here, and overall, it's kind of played out, even though we did dip below. So pretty good on that end. And I was looking for the support to be around $6.66. And we did dip below, and I was looking, for these pivot charts to be a little bit different. And that's because we dipped so much lower from where I thought that the support for this week moved lower. So I was looking for the support to be a little bit higher, but no big deal. We'll just keep grinding here. And then the pivot did move to about um, just under $9. So everything was about what I thought it would play out to be. So overall pretty good. And then we guess we'll just finish up with the blood token here. So I also tweeted out that I'm looking for on this blood token this 0.000666 ratio. So a little bit of a hyperbole here there where we're looking for the 666, but really it's a pretty decent valuation. So I'm looking at a few things, looking at the market cap. So, basically we're at 61 million market cap. Maybe we can move lower here. So um, that's really also when I'm looking at, we had this first lift off here. I'm not really considering this the chart. This is just kind of like the market deciding, where the real valuation is. And I feel like over the past couple days here, we finally found a true range that we can start the chart. So I'm not going to start making charts or predicting anything in particular yet. But I am going to say that it looks like between this 27 cents to 38 cents, it seems like this could be a pretty important range that we can start the chart. So I'm definitely going to give this a lot more time. There's just so much stuff coming out with the blood token. And, it could get crazy as far as demand for the token. So I'm not going to commit to anything in particular, but as far as like a value buy for me, obviously I'm earning 150 a day, so I'm not really, worried. But if we could get down to like 20 cents, that's kind of like for me, that's like an all-in buy. Like that's exactly where I want to accumulate. So wishful thinking, but like I said, if it goes up, I'm fine. If it goes down, I'll be happy too. So that's just the way I'm going to play it. And I guess we can just check in on the liquidity pool. I don't think anything's really changed with that, where we have this liquidity wall that just really came in and accumulated all that sell pressure, and now it's just chilling. And as far as opportunities to like liquidity pool and provide liquidity right now, it's been pretty crap. I mean, even the Bytes token is making more fees. So yeah, maybe this really isn't a top priority to keep track of right now. I mean, until maybe wait till the game goes out. But the fact that Bytes tokens outperforming, the fees and stuff like that, there seems to be more opportunity. So just wanted to point that out. And I guess we can just go ahead and finish on the overall macro market. So um, we'll just start with Bitcoin here. So we left off on the 14th here, and um, I did mention that, we found this pivot support. This is the monthly pivot support. And yeah, I mean, overall, it's doing what I hoped it would, but it just did it on a smaller scale. So I did want to find support here, which was good, but I also wanted to come lower and test this 36,000, maybe a little bit even lower, and then find support in these ranges with volume. And as you can see, we did have some nice volume here, but I want to have kind of like this cup and handle, this kind of like capitulation type of candle where we move higher, and we just haven't gotten that yet. So I'm still remaining neutral to bearish. I don't think we're going to be breaking out anytime soon. So, like I said, I wanted to have this lower and then move higher. So um, we'll see how that plays out. And I think a lot it'll have to do with the overall stock market. So my thesis on why we're having this huge market crash is because the bond market looks so weak right now. There's just so much money coming out of the bond market, and it's really freaking out the stock market. And it's kind of, worrisome for me as well. I was watching the interest rates, not even, it's been a month and they've almost doubled, 50%, the interest rates are up, from under 1.75 to 2.8. Like that's kind of like uncontrolled type of hyperinflation type of shit. So, the bears are definitely coming out of the woodworks to say we're going to start a bear market. So for me, that means it's time to get bullish again when we're starting to see a lot of this bearish stuff and this FUD. So looking into tomorrow, we could definitely have a nice spike up for Tuesday, and then we'll see how we finish the week. So I guess the same with Ethereum, where I had this pivot here just under 3,000, and yeah, it's been holding true since we've marked this here. Trying to find support, bounce, broke below, and then use that as a spring. But I want more. I think we need some more blood here. and wouldn't be a bad thing. And just to go ahead and play through this video here, like I said, we've been keeping track of this, and I'll definitely keep you updated. And yeah, I'm just going to end the video here. If you got any questions, let me know, and I'll catch you later.